just a few days after the last podcast, we got a Pokemon Presents. This is the type of shit. I mean, to you and I, a Pokemon Presents is a direct.
Always. Out of nowhere.
Always. And especially when they're talking about something like Scarlet and Violet. This isn't just like an update on Pokemon Go. This is a Scarlet and Violet is the star of the show, Pokemon Presents. And that's what we're looking for.
We're waiting for.
We've been waiting for it, man, and here it is. I have to come out the gate with this, all right? Because I'm dying to know what you think about it. The Legendaries.
Yeah.
Koraidon and Miraidon.
Yep.
It seems that all of our former HM, extra functions we get on Pokemon, they're kind of all going to be included in this one Legendary.
Very interesting.
That is so interesting. Also, they did say this is the first time for the series, but it's an open world RPG. So it's
order.
It's an open. Yeah, you can do the gyms in any order, and it's got the 8 gym badge formula. I mean,
but that's only one of the 3 storylines in the game,
which is wild.
That is absolutely incredible. I think that's such a great idea.
Definitely.
Because you hate to, we love Gen 7, but there is a little bit of bittersweetness to changing the formula from the traditional, gym leaders and Elite Four format, right?
I mean, we just recently, it feels like recently, played through Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond. And as much as I'm in love with those games, that formula feels right. What we're used to. But Arceus showed us, dude, when they swap it up, it can be a great thing.
Definitely.
I think this is going to be a good little mix of old and new. I just wanted your opinion on the Legendary thing first and foremost, because does this mean we're getting a Legendary like early game?
Seems to be, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Seems to be.
If it's, I thought the wheel thing was interesting.
Yeah, so I had 2 thoughts. Sorry. I want to hear your thoughts on the 2 and which, we initially talked about I would be getting Violet, you'd be getting Scarlet, which was kind of the change up from our traditional, which one of the 2 we get. Usually I get the first one, you get the second one. So I want to see if that's still the case.
Unintentionally.
Are you excited or disappointed about your game's sort of box representation?
I'll be honest with you. I think Violet's might be a little cooler because of like the illuminated type of glow it has to it, to the yellow, and it kind of looks like it's emanating some type of energy. It looks really cool.
I agree.
But I always dedicate to my version, no matter what the Legendary looks like.
I agree. I think that
Koraidon also looks awesome though, because it kind of has this tribalistic looking feather situation.
There's only one thing that frustrates me.
What's that, T?
Which one is? Sorry, I get the names mixed up. Miraidon is the red one, right? The Scarlet.
I think
Legendary.
Miraidon is the violet one.
Okay,
Koraidon. Yeah.
The red one. The wheel doesn't turn. He has legs and he has a wheel, but the wheel doesn't turn.
Maybe I didn't catch that.
Like,
it just sits stationary?
It seems to be just completely stationary. And that, like, I could not take my eyes off of it waiting for it to turn while this guy's running.
Asterisk, gameplay not final.
And the purple one, it's very intentional. It's just like a stationary body part. Like, it's well defined and everything. I don't know. It really threw me off. I was expecting both of them to have wheels that were rolling.
Yeah, I guess I was watching it and didn't notice, but I do remember Miraidon's definitely rotating visibly.
Yeah, and the other one has legs and is running, and it looks awesome, except for just the dangly wheel part. I don't know. Maybe that's too harsh, or that's like I'm missing the point.
I don't know. Maybe the wheels, in his case, are water use only.
Maybe so. That could be true.
Maybe he hops in the water and he buoys up on his wheels.
Other than that slight thing, which is not really a criticism, right? That's just my own. I had something
It's
on
an
the
observation, yeah.
I had something on the last game too, where I was like, something really caught me off guard and looked very different, and it threw me off. So it's probably just me, is what I'm saying. But other than that, I think that the Violet Box Legendary looks really, really cool.
I do too. I think they both look really awesome. I'm
very excited to be, I guess, riding around on that thing. And like the other thing that it made me think of was Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire post game, riding around on Latios and Latias.
Oh,
and
man.
how much we love that, and how much we both talked about that being like an amazing part of the game.
Definitely. That's probably the coolest part. The coolest new thing they added to Omega and Alpha.
Which there was many. And so like that being like one of the coolest things. Yeah. Like, but this definitely gave me vibes of that, where we're going to be riding these Pokemon around on the overworld for real. And that's like still pretty novel in these games.
Definitely, man. I mean, the fact that it's open world, that makes you feel like we're going to have some open world traveling methods, you know?
Definitely. I think that's the purpose of these Pokemon, because it's going to be more expansive.
Yep. And speaking of expansive, what do you think about the Paldea region? How you think it's looking, bro?
I really like how it looks. I think the character design is very sharp. Like, all the characters look very, well groomed, very modern looking, which I actually really like.
They look more human.
Definitely.
That's one thing I wanted to bring up, actually, is that I find that they're starting to make them look a bit more human than usual.
It feels more realistic.
Just
like
slightly,
the game feels more rooted in reality than possibly previously. You see Pokemon and people interacting, walking around, and that's things that they've been building in more, but just the degree to which they can animate this and just integrate Pokemon into the environment with people, it makes it feel, it gives you that same feeling that you kind of got from Detective Pikachu, where you're like, wow, these two different species completely coexist.
Yep. You bring something completely fictional into the real world. And that's kind of like, it's like a reverse of that with this. Because all the characters they showed at the main and even trainers seem to be a little bit more on the human side than we're used to. They're still maintaining that look that we're used to these days, but it's looking a bit more detailed,
Yeah, I agree.
I think we're going to be really satisfied, as usual, with the big Pokemon releases. I mean, it seems like the one people didn't receive the best was Sword and Shield, and we love Sword and Shield.
Yeah, and I think this game is going to be the culmination of kind of everything we've gotten from the Switch Pokemon games so far. Like, it's got a little bit of everything, and I think that's going to be really nice.
And with 3 storylines and an in no order gym situation,
Unbelievable.
It seems like we're going to have a lot of content in this game.
Yeah, and I can't wait. And a lot of the new Pokemon, I got to say, are looking great.
Definitely, man. I love the starters. I'm a huge fan of this lineup of starters, dude.
Absolutely.
And that's the moment we popped off on the Presents, is whenever the mascot costumes came out of the three starters, because you knew it was about to be talked about.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're waiting on. They talked about so many other things in the Presents: Unite, Go. The only other thing I wanted to really mention was that they're gonna have a code, a password for a Victini you can claim on Sword and Shield.
That's got to be done.
So I'm sure that they're going to have that password all over the place, and we'll be reporting it, but it's going to have to be done. I like hopping on the old games and redeeming anything that they put out password-wise, with the mystery
We try to
gift.
stay current on it as much as possible. I know we've both missed a few things here and there that have been heartbreaking.
For you, it was that Oak's letter. Is that what it was? Like the flute?
The Darkrai thing. I think we both missed the Darkrai.
Nah, I got it, but you didn't, and it was heartbreaking.
I got the Oak's letter.
Oh, was it the Azure flute then?
I don't know. I don't remember. There was definitely one of those that was really brutal for sure recently.
Yeah. But Scarlet and Violet, man, looking forward to it.
Yeah, these games are going to be really special. I think that we're going to see a lot of mechanics and just things that we haven't seen before. Like, what do you even? I can't even begin to speculate on the other two storylines. Like, how much? I don't know. It's hard to even imagine.
Like, I wonder how different our paths are going to be when we fire into this thing. Because
that's a good point.
We're going to discuss our progress, but it might be completely different.
But there is an element of us playing together too. I think that is something we haven't touched on quite yet, but it's going to be like somewhat cooperative almost. It seems like, at least in the Pokemon areas, they've shown a lot of clips of interfacing with other people. So
it's like we got teased for this on Sword and Shield, and this is the real multiplayer.
Yeah, that was like a hollow, like, it was almost creepy to run across these people and just get these like canned things of them giving you whatever currency. Like, it was a little bit creepy to run across those NPCs and then be so robotic.
Definitely, kind of like on remember Sun and Moon. Whenever you everybody's in the plaza, but it's just their character, and you talk to them, you know, and they're an NPC. It is creepy to communicate with the real player as an NPC, but it seems in this case, at least in certain areas, we're going to be rolling together, literally. Which, imagine rolling together and opening up a battle like cooperatively, kind of like Arceus style, where like we just throw our Pokeballs out and just jump them.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds incredible. And like just trading back and forth on the fly, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, catching different shit and encountering different shit, or encountering the same shit that we haven't gotten yet together, you know? This is shit we haven't really done before, or weren't able to do at all, really.
Absolutely.